all. Thank you for coming in to the GM panel. My name is Ingibjörg and I'm the Director of Customer Support, and with me are six Game Masters, Seniors and Leads. And we are going to talk about what we have been doing, so in the past, what we are doing and what we are going to do. First, some facts about our customer support. We have 70 paid customers, 70 paid Game Masters, which are, they are all either Game Masters, Seniors or Leads. We are located in 4 different countries, here in Iceland, in China and Shanghai, Düsseldorf and in Atlanta. We are the largest team within CCP and always growing constantly. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about our responsibilities. We work closely with all departments in CCP. So our latest role is that we participate in the Scrum teams. And what's new? We recently have the biggest expansion in EVE, where we introduced epic art missions, wormhole and explorations, plexes, buddy systems. We have a lot of task courses, and the biggest one is, we call it Unholy Raids. We will talk a little bit more about that later. We have several campaigns going on, which we need to take care of and we introduced some new payments option also this summer. And we were back in retail and on Steam. So a little bit about Unholy Raids. This is action against real money trading. We have experts here on the panel, so if you have any questions regarding that, don't hesitate to ask questions after the slides. And we introduce the other side of RMT is the plexes. Now player can buy plexes and use them to extend subscriptions. That's really cool. And I'm also going to show you some graphs. Here we have a graph who shows the average response time in hours. This is hours over the past 2 years. As you can see, we have a small hiccup there, and then we are going a little bit up again, sadly. It's mainly because we have more and more hacking cases that are slowing us down. This is really something that many other games are facing, so including us. So if you have any question about that, we also have an expert who are dealing with hacking cases day in, day out on the panel. I have another graph here where we can see the average replies per petitions. That's a relative steady. We have a spike in the end of the year 2008. That I can explain why we had that. It was shortly before Christmas. We were very low on staff. The queues were a little bit high, so we sent out a mass reply to everybody to let them know that we would be a little bit understaffed over the holidays and ask for their understanding. At the same time, our customer satisfaction has improved by 15% since the beginning of 2007. So we are. The third graph and the last graph I'm going to show you is the average number of petitions created per day. After a Paprika, we have had more incoming petitions we have more. There are, of course, it was the largest expansion of EVE, so we have gotten a lot more petitions since then. But we are working hard on making sure that the players have less need to petition. So we are solving things, and it's going down again. Hopefully, we will keep it there. So what are we dealing with? In this cake, you can see the incoming petitions, how they are divided into gameplay, billing, technical, rules and policies, and other issues. That this period shows the third quarter. As you can see, the billing is a relatively large there, and the rules and policy part is basically ISK spammers. And so if you have any question regarding this, then please ask after the slides. Okay, so a little bit more about our team. Like I said earlier, we have 70 game masters. They're all paid, and more than half of them have been in the team since 5 years or more. We have total 154 years of a work experience. Even more if we would take all the game masters that have left us and went to another department. So once a game master, always a game master. So we work really closely with them. And so yeah, we have all kinds of people, of course. They're from all over the world. We have teachers, we have economists, we have a sailor, an actor, and we even have a toxicology, yeah.
PhD in toxicology.
Yeah, so we have really all kinds of interesting backgrounds. So as you can see, we have a really stable team, which have been here for a long time. So the knowledge is old and vast. Okay, of course, we are always looking into development and training and quality. And we utilize the specialities that our current game master have, and 12 of our game masters are also trainers. They are located in all offices. We have a regular brainstorming meeting. We have a regular group review training session, one-on-one trainings, and development programs. It's not only for the new game master, but for all game masters. We are continuously improving what we are doing and adding to the knowledge. We have targeted training on the categories that need more love. We are always looking into the response time for each category and so on, so we try to balance the knowledge as well. All new DMs get a 6 months mentor program, so we watch them closely when they start for the first 6 months. So, and of course, everybody gets a regular audit and follow-ups. We have many tests, and we do a lot of reports, and so we try to keep a close eye on everybody. So if you have any question regarding this, you can see we have Svenny, DM guard here, who is our Uber trainer. And today's priority in DM department is 2 things, basically. We are going to strengthen the team. By the end of this year, we will have at least 18 new game masters. And we are doing more and a lot more proactive work. Throughout the year, we have established at least 35 new task forces and we'll be continuing to do that. And it's not just in our department, we are also having task forces where we cooperate with other departments as well. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about that. We want to strengthen our team. We want to add more game masters to the team. So we want to add game masters to all our teams in all different locations, and maybe somewhere else as well. Maybe the moon. I don't know. So maybe someone in here is curious how we hire game masters. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about our process. We get a lot of applications. So when we have a position open, we start screening the applications that we have. And we take a look if the applicant has played Eve, how he has played Eve, how is the English level, does he have any skills, does he know someone at CCP, does he have any good reference and so on. So if you want to apply, and please put all the information you think that we might be interested in into the applications. Well, after the screening, every who passed the screening, we let them take an English test. And I can mention we had an opening in Atlanta this summer. After screening, we had 36 applicants who took the English test. And after taking the English test and reaching our benchmark, 12 got through. And those 12 got a lead interview. A lead interview is usually taken. We usually use Skype, or if the person is in the same location, they come into the office and we take the interview. Usually the interview is taken by me and one of the lead. So if I take the example I started further, we had these 12 applicants who passed the English test. We only liked 4 of them. So they got to the next stage, which was HR interview. Then we have a HR recruiter interviewing the applicants with another lead. So the leads are involved in all stages. Okay, so we had 4 in this example this summer, and 1 had to take an additional test, which was Russian. So then we're coming to the final part. There's a meeting we call thumb opinion meeting. This basically means that all of us that are included in the process, the leads who take the interview and the lead who is in charge of conducting the English test, we meet and we have a thumb opinion meeting. We have a CV, and then everybody put up their fist, and then we say 1, 2, 3. And they either go thumbs up or thumbs down. And then we have to argue why we put the thumb up or why we put it down. And the person who got the all thumbs up, he usually gets hired. In this case, which started with 36 applicants, only 1 got through. So we had to do it all over again because we had 2 positions open. So this process is meticulous, and all of those 18 game masters that we have added to the team this summer went through this process. So if you have any questions regarding that, then you can ask after the slides. And also, if you are interested in working for CCP, we have our recruiters here in the room. That's Helgi Már and Hofi. So please don't hesitate to look them up and talk to them. They have more information. We are looking for people. So the future of the DMs is bright and fun. We have been fighting the petitions. Last year and this year we have been boosting up our performance, and hopefully we will be showing that, or the result will be showing in the next year. So this concludes my slides. I just want to go over the panel ground rules before we start to ask the questions. We cannot discuss individual or resolve individual petitions. This is not the place or the time to do that. We cannot reveal any secrets that we wouldn't reveal elsewhere. So please keep that in mind. Apart from that, they are here, they are waiting. So who wants to ask the first question? Okay.
When you talk about hacking attempts, what sort of levels are actually dealing with there? Is it simply the punters being scanned out their passwords or having keyloggers from dodgy software? I mean, to go down to a deeper level for you, people trying to get the service directly or send malicious function calls, that sort of thing.
I can take this one.
We are mostly just talking about account hacking, where people are either scammed out of their password or, phished or have keyloggers. Our servers are, of course, impossible to break. Yes?
Question. Do you have any plans to implement a second level authentication method, like a one-time password? Like World War Cup has the one-time password thingy, and I know Project Utopia has a small cloud authentication solution. Do you have any plans to implement something like that?
That has actually been talked about and is under review at the moment, but how actually it's going to be implemented depends on what's going to be used. We don't want players to actually have to go through loops and hoops to actually be able to log in and play the game. So we're going to try to find an easy solution that's going to work as a security measurement and to be easy to use. But when that's going to happen at the time, we don't know.
And I'd like to add, this is one of the task forces that we have ongoing now.
What could a player do possibly help y'all in aspects of watching out and being aware of possible hackers? Is there anything that we should be looking for?
Well,
Don't buy ISK.
yeah, don't buy ISK. That's number one, of course, because most of this trouble comes from there. They are the systematic attempts to break into accounts are being done only because it makes them money. They take the ISK from one account, they melt everything and they sell the profits. So that's number one. And also, if you become aware of any suspicious websites, if anyone is trying to get you to reveal your password, to let us know immediately, because we will take action within the next 5 minutes, I'm sure. Yes.
I'd also like to add that if you notice anything suspicious in game, for example, there have been occasions when we've gotten reports from players and they've said that their co-op member who lives in Europe, for example, was online at 5 a.m. and he never does this, or that he's on vacation or something like that, and that has actually led to us being able to lock down accounts before any damage was done. So, it does help. Even if it's a false alarm, it's better to let us know than, let the hackers have their way.
Yeah, like sort of a neighborhood watch system, You let us know, we prevent more damage. Yes?
That's the same sort of idea. During the Unholy Rage campaign, was there a large amount of information that was taken from player suggestions as far as the macro mining and stuff like that? Or was a lot that data actually gathered more from habits and stuff like that? In other words, does my 10,000 petitions about this farmers actually do anything, or are you guys really focusing more on their habits?
Yes. The reports, they do help, and we do look into them, and please continue to send them, because those actually help a lot, and we've found networks through player reports like that. But basically, most of the underlying work that was done at the beginning was based on player behavior and stuff like you said, and actually manual labor just looking them up. But that also included reports that we've gotten. Basically, when we receive a macro miner report, we put the player name on a list, and then he will be checked out. It might not happen that day, it might not happen the day after, but he will be looked into. So if you do notice someone, by all means, let us know.
What's being done to protect the newer players from being spammed or ISK selling sites and stuff like that in the co-op channels? Is there anything being done to kind of protect them, stop the spammers getting away?
Well, we don't have like moderators in every channel to make sure or anything like that, but we have there's moderation in the help channels, of course, and but as far as, of course, we just try to throw the spammers out as soon as we see them, and we try to even throw them out before they spam. So there's always continuous work on breaking them down before they manage to get their message across. And even though we don't get them all, we get a lot of them before they do anything. So there would be a lot more spam if we weren't always on the ball. So, yeah.
And to add, basically, like he said, that we have implemented measures in the past which have greatly reduced spam, but they found ways around it, such as using stolen credit cards to actually make real accounts. So they bypass our trial restrictions, stuff like that, and they managed to get the spam in there somewhere. So the answer basically is don't buy ISK, don't create the demand. If there's no demand, there will be no supply needed.
Also, on top of that, we're actually looking into proactively block these guys from being able to spamming. But that's, like David said, that's quite a difficult task because they always create new accounts within a couple of minutes after their old accounts have been removed.
Have you thought at all about getting close to the chat? They have like certain website names in them setting time, so you just can't say the name of the common websites.
That is actually one of the tools that we are looking into. But how it's going to be implemented at this time, we honestly don't know, because we're looking into every solution we can to actually try get rid of these guys permanently.
Yeah, currently it's like this is something everyone is looking for, the magic trick to get rid of spammers, and it's like a continuous battle, and the final solution has not been like kind of found, but we're getting there, hopefully.
To what lengths will you go to actually repair the damage done by hackers?
Well, we return the ISK that has been stolen, but the hackers, they gain access to an account, and the first thing they do is they try to liquidate everything they can as fast as possible, and unfortunately we are not always able to lock down accounts immediately. So there are occasions where people lose a lot of assets, and they're either sold for lower than market value. For example, it's common to see them sell the items for about 50% of what they usually go for, and sometimes they even reprocess stuff and sell the minerals. But they try to liquidate it as fast as possible and sell the items, but unfortunately we can only restore the ISK which has been taken. So yeah, there are people which have lost a large number of ISK, and they don't get all of it back, basically because we can't actually spawn new ships for them, and these ships have been sold to real players. So yeah.
So basically, account security on the user's end is the user's responsibility, but we go far beyond that to try to help, of course, and spend a lot of resources on trying to recover what is possible. But it's not always possible to help everyone fully.
No, it might be added that if we would track down all the items after these cases, I mean, we would do nothing else in customer support. It's very time-consuming.
Yeah, basically, I'd just like to make an example that right now we're getting our backlog of hacking cases done, but there's been waits of sometimes a week or more to get the things sorted out. And if we were hunting down every single item that's lost, that wait would be months, and we can't really have that because then there's other customers which need help that are not getting helped out.
So just to conclude, buy Plex, not ISK. We don't. Well, I would say that would probably be a pretty complicated solution and one that would be hard to make in such a way that they couldn't just figure it out and bypass it anyway, and it would cause a lot of hassle and a lot of work for everyone. But it's definitely an interesting idea, though.
Always a bit cautious about implementing systems that disrupt normal gameplay without solid reason. We don't want to have false positives.
I'm just kind of curious, why can't you just spawn people's effects back in the spare hangar? You know, if they lost that, they get spawned or something. I realize you won't, but I'm just curious why.
Yeah, the logic behind that is really that it's the same as with a lot of other things that we have to do with. It's that EVE is this single shard universe with a very active market, and we are very, very hesitant of tampering with it. So we never inject anything into the system. We don't make new things. We try to retrieve things that have been lost. But actually, just if someone's Titan gets reprocessed or whatever, and they lose all their stuff, then we wouldn't want to give all that back, or because if someone manages to get the valuables away and then we just make new ones, we're blowing up the market, causing inflation, and kind of removing the need for people to be careful. There's plenty of reasons, but it would be pretty hard for us to do that, really.
Plus, I think that Dr. Ayo would probably kill us.
Went to your junkyard. You had the implants before, but they didn't go to another player, basically. So they went out of the system and they came back to you.
They basically went out of the system. We could track that, so we had no problems just replicating them. It changes the balance of things a bit when things have been sold off or moved off to another player. Well, it would depend on the circumstances, really, and what exactly happens. But you would always be welcome to ask us to help, and we would do our utmost, of course.
So one question here. So,
Can I ask a question about alliance logos? It's not an individual case. It seems to take quite a long time to get custom alliance logos into the game, and there seems to be some communication issues within the CCP to get it done. With an alliance to be trying to get out of the game for 9 months, and you're the 6th largest alliance in the game. Is there anything you're going to be doing to try and speed this up? Because we're having a problem. I'm sure other people are having this problem as well.
Yeah, I think I've heard of this problem. It's just a matter of technology. It gets hung up on maybe one thing, and it takes too long. But yes, there's definitely room. No. Yeah, this is something where there's definitely room for some process improvement.
Beta is. Yeah, Beta from marketing is it?
Yes.
The logs, they show nothing according to him. Is your logging system improving or not?
It's always improving, but it will probably always have some problems on specific fronts. There are some things that are very hard to track, like lag, for example, for individual people, which is always like a big factor of in certain problems. And it's very hard to track. So that's usually where our logs show very little, at least.
Is there a way of getting better logs?
There's always improvements going on. And for example, we have GMs now on all development Scrum teams when new expansions are being developed, and we have GMs on there looking at what's being done, analyzing what logs we want, and then negotiating with people about what logs we can have. And so there's we're doing a lot of proactive work in that department. So there's always improvements.
Are all of the GM positions on location, or do you guys do remote, like work from home type stuff, or is it all within the office?
They are all within the office. So, but we have had, like last summer, we were looking for summer 2008. We were looking for a Russian game master in Düsseldorf, but we found one in Atlanta. So we hired him there. So it's nothing is holy, but we have them. We prefer to have them in the office.
Question is on that ISP problem that seems to be the main concern. If you was to ban these words as they came up, it's recorded and went to a banned list, wouldn't this simply solve that problem, because that banned list is going to create a greater generation of all these words that we've locked out no longer, that will be able to be typed on any chat window, okay? And it makes the ban list pretty much grow just like a block list. Wouldn't that work to solve this problem? I mean, if somebody comes in, creates a website, and they make it today, and they start selling this, and they sell it one time on any chat window, it goes into a locker list of things that need to be banned, that are no longer allowed to be typed on that channel ever again. We're just not solving the problem.
That is actually quite a good idea, and it could be implemented in some ways, but the way they can actually get away with that is they change like one letter from 5, like they change S to 5, and then they can spam it again. Then they change the I to 1, and then they spam it again. So they just continue and continue and continue. You'll see the spam all over again.
Logging list takes 20 minutes to appear because I get tired of seeing the spammers. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
List, make road.
But yeah, yeah. Our technical, like some of our other departments aren't that content with these ideas, because it like creates problems as well, and and of course there's always the problem with load if you're having to go through a long list of things probably before you load up text and stuff.
The thing is, there, like I said before, we're trying to actually block them before they actually are able to post anything. That's what we want initially. So, but how we actually going to do that, that's still under development, and ideas are flowing around. So we'll hopefully find something that actually fits this. So your block list you can actually delete it and just keep the players there you don't want to talk to, eventually. Exactly.
Most of the people that block list are probably already banned anyway.
Kind of suck, I can see the forums go up in flames. Like, typing this into the chat and like press Control FAQ. I didn't mean it.
Like, that works the way it was.
Yeah, word filters are well, they're problematic.
Any more questions?
Yes, whilst we guys are here, who's actually doing the tickets?
You weren't supposed to know that.
No, we have people in what 3 countries now answering petitions, so we're pretty good.
Yeah, we have.
How did you decide you got to be at Fanfest?
Yeah.
Lottery.
Beer bribes mostly.
They had to behave last week.
We actually have GMs from all countries now here, but Atlanta at the moment, so you can say hello.
Maybe you
to
should introduce yourself. So.
Oh yeah, we haven't introduced ourselves yet. Oh, that's interesting. I'm GM Guard, lead GM Guard. You may know me from such petitions as.
I'm Senior GM Fire, and I handle the technical cases.
I'm lead GM Ender.
I'm GM Lelouch.
I'm lead GM Panzer.
I'm GM Thunder.
So, does anyone have a question? Okay.
My understanding is that you can't post petition text into the forums, and I guess that makes it kind of hard for players to sort of understand what the precedent is for posting certain comments on why that is.
Well, actually, it's because a petition is between us and the player involved that we're helping, and you know that's not gonna go supposed to go further.
Yeah, and basically the initial reason for that is because there's so few of us and so many of you guys. So, like pasting a piece of petition text or even just one reply out of many in a thread, like takes things out of context, and we are not there to, you know, counter or bring like counterpoints to that. So we basically want people, if they want to talk about this, they can talk about what's been happening. They can talk about our decisions. That's no problem. But just pasting actual text is against the rules for that reason, basically.
Have you had any thoughts on the forums? There's some sort of rule specialists happen over and over again. What I'm thinking of is just read another thread a few days ago about the question of when call popping is and is not a bannable offence, which I know you guys posted in the forum about before. There seems to be no place where you can go and say these in-game actions are bannable. It makes it very difficult sometimes to work out what's rules is, what's a ban.
Yeah.
You could have any thoughts of making those rules slightly more.
Yes, we have thoughts on that, and we are doing proactive work in that department with a task force, actually. And this is, I mean, we have all the basic rules. There's the old list of things that will get you banned on the website and all that. But then we post updates on specific exploits as they come up before they get fixed to notify everyone that, this particular thing, like, post bowling or something is not allowed. And they kind of tend to disappear, in a while. But then we want to increase that transparency and make things more available to people so they can search for specific things that will be done.
So,
You mentioned think tanks in some of your discussion there, that you do participate in at any time, will there be...
that's a former GM. Yeah.
No, his name is CCP Whisper, and this is live. Yeah.
Okay, well, at any time in the future, will players possibly be able to participate in think tanks through like Scott?
Interesting idea, actually.
I mean, you're going to get a lot of instant player response from it and problems that are at hand at the moment.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting idea. We'll probably just take that into revisement. Yes. Oh yeah, we just said that this would be. Oh yeah, the question. The question was if players would ever be taken into our brainstorming sessions or think tanks on different things. And Yeah, Skype or something like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an interesting idea.
So,
But we already, of course, before the president, there are big issues going on. There's a big discussion. We do read it, and we do get opinions from everybody.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. It's true. Structuring things can always help.
Reading the forum soul destroying when there's just so much flaming about any possible decision you can make, because I've read some of them and I feel sorry for you guys. You're always going to get the shit end of the stick on your own people. How do you deal with that?
We have a punching bag in the
We have an actual punching bag and boxing gloves. Yes.
We have a permanent marker.
so we have 5 minutes left, so we have maybe time for 2 or 3 questions more.
Any horrible ones?
Yep, shoot. Grill them.
Do any of you players use the new network card, that Bigfoot, the one that is supposed to be the Xenon Pro card, eliminating lag? Have you added that to your systems?
I think I read a review on that, and okay. Hmm.
Very sensitive and very unstable. It's causing me to have to reboot. And I'm a bit of a computer geek. I like Windows mod systems. Just and because of that, I figured the greatest way to remove the lag off of my motherboard would be to incorporate that new card. It seems to be very sensitive. If there's any way you can possibly, give me any technical advice on that, where I can make adjustments where I don't have to reboot my client constantly, because I can't change chat windows. I can get in the chat window once I get on the game. It's very stable. But if I choose to change tabs and reapply the actual chat in another room, I simply have to say, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I've got to reboot. And it seems to be only with that new card that you're advertising.
I'd actually had to have a one-on-one discussion with you on that, because I read a few reviews on the card, and I eventually saw that, okay, it seems to be a bit problematic, the card itself. I don't know, it's because of drivers or it's incompatible with Windows or whatever. So it's a bit, I think I read it over a year ago, so I can't remember the basics. So, but yeah, we'll talk about it and find something out.
How many of the Game Masters still play?
All of them. Yeah, it's a requirement. Yeah, you can't be a game master without playing the game.
We actually organize playtime for the new teams, especially. So it's a good, it's a good platform for team building as well.
I have a question. Yes. Giancarlo, is it true that you are the end boss in Eve?
Yes.
Are you just in corporations, or are you alliances, or is it just,
We're everywhere. We have restrictions, yes.
Well, the CCP staff have restrictions. We avoid all gray areas. We don't scam people. We don't cause trouble in the game. We stay out of the biggest positions, and we try not to win Eve. But apart from that, we try to do everything. Yeah. Is. Yes. No. No. We do. Level 1 missions. No. We do all sorts of stuff. PvP and everything. I mean, you've probably, if you do a lot of PvP, you've probably shot at a CCP staff member sometimes.
Have you ever retaliated at that, though? I mean, with your friends that happen to be all Mako sharks. I mean, somebody comes and picks on you, and you get caught, mysterious losing it. Retaliate.
No.
You go beat your friends, and they're all Mako sharks. I mean, you're sitting right
Well, actually, we don't feel that way. We, in my experience, like just people who play the game for just because they, for fun, without working here, they're usually much better. In my experience, at least they kill me all the time. Do I? Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I've been killed tons of times. Oh yes. Everything from scratch. No, nothing extra. And we even, we're more restricted than the regular people. I mean, you guys can go and scam someone, but we'll get our ass handed to us if we do that. So.
What kind of questions have you guys been wanting to ask us? I mean, we've kind of run out of questions, so what questions have you guys been looking to ask us?
I know. How much beer can you buy them? You can ask the questions.
You want my MSN? What kind of question?
That's an interesting question, actually. What do you guys like, Eve? Yeah. Yeah, Dominion will be awesome. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
Well, I have a question. How many in here would be interested in participating in a brainstorming meeting, like the idea he brought up? Brainstorming?
Yeah, just some. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's caused a lot more than just think tanking, also because you're bringing in many people together for the first time to talk one-on-one with each other, causing a greater union within the game side. You're meeting new alliances. So I mean, it's got a double impact.
Okay.
So I take it the CSMs that you touched on gender issues and sort of the purely game basis.
We've talked with the CSM, yes, and it's actually been quite nice to converse with them about things. They have questions for us, and we have answers for them, and they give us feedback and ideas. So yes, we've talked to them.
So there's communication there. Yeah.
Which one of you guys found the calmness faster? Any of you?
Which one? Who?
The calmness, the CSM guy.
That's a trick question, I think.
We've already grilled the CSM about it earlier, why it wasn't banned permanently, but then it's not their problem, is it, really?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know much about that actually.
Okay, the time is up. Is there any final question or? Okay.
Also, guys, one thing: if you see us walking about and you have questions, please come over and poke us. I mean, we'll try answer everything we can.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.